Guys, it's Katie. I'm coming on today because I've had several requests for me to show you guys how I do my brows. So we're going to do that. Let me see. The easiest way for beginners to learn how to do their brows is with a brow pencil. My favorite brow product is the Benefit Brow Precisely My Brow Pencil. Can go in the shade 3 or 4. I'm a natural brunette, but I'm kind of light. Like, you can see my natural color coming through here. Oh, and look at, there's some grays. I really need to get my hair colored. Anyway, you can see this is the color my eyebrow turns out. This was actually, I did this with the Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Wiz. I have that in soft brown and medium brown, but I'm going to do soft brown today because that's what I did with this eye. And these are pencils. If you guys are interested, I can make a little tutorial on using dip brow pomade and how that works. But today we'll just go ahead and do this. Now, this is kind of weird for me to do. I'm probably going to have to get pretty close up and in your face for you to see what I'm doing, because without my glasses, I'm as blind as a bat. And I have to get really close to the mirror to see what I'm doing. So I don't know if I can't really see it in the phone very well. So I'm kind of just going to get close like this and do it like this. But yeah, and for those of you who say, oh, Katie has flawless skin, look it up close. Girls, big pores, texture, okay? Nobody has perfect skin. Well, some people do, but they pay big money for it. So anyway, that's just the way it is. So, I also want to point out one thing that I have learned, and I have learned this by mistake. See how little eyebrow hair there is there? I plucked my eyebrows while having my eyebrows on. And I thought they were like looking bushy kind of and sticking out over here. So I went nuts and plucked all my eyebrows off. And then when I took my makeup off, I realized what I had done, and now I'm left with no brows. Isn't that wonderful? I'm also a child of the 90s, and if you guys remember, in the 90s, the look was to pluck all your eyebrows off into this little tiny sperm line that kind of like comes across your eyebrow like, kind of like this. So they never really fully grew back, so I don't have big, thick, luscious brows like people do these days, because like I said, love the 90s. So anyway, let's get started. I'm just gonna make my point on my pencil go up just a little bit. I don't want anything too crazy because it's just gonna break off, so make sure that's up just a little bit. I'm gonna get started, and where I like to start is like right in here, right here. And the first thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna draw. Oh, can you even see what I'm doing? This is kind of bad. I'm going to draw a straight line along the bottom of my brows, following my natural lash line using little small strokes. I'm going to do this. Can you see that happening? And then when I get over here to this arch, I'm going to start going straight down this lash line. So right there, we have the starting shape of my brow. Okay, now I'm going to start at the top, right in here, where I have the most amount of hair, and this will be my guide for how wide my brow is. Okay, so I'm going to start here and slowly go along here. When I get over here, I'm going to do a little curve where my brow goes down, and then I'm going to kind of go down this way until the two ends meet. So there, I have the outline of my brow. Now, easy part, you're just going to fill in. So you're just going to add a little more pressure and do small strokes and just fill that brow in. Go down the tail. Now, ideally, me stop for a second. Ideally, your eyes will determine where your brows should start and stop. I don't necessarily follow this because I like my brows to be big and sculpted, but they say when you go like this along the side of your nose, this is where your eyebrow should start, and then when you go from your nose to the corner of your eye, this is where your eyebrow should end because it's the most aesthetically pleasing. But I always go a little further just because I like the added drama. You can do what you want because it's makeup and there's no rules of makeup. Okay, so now I'm going to keep continuing. Oh, before I continue, I want to make sure that you guys understand that brows are not meant to be twins. They are meant to be sisters and even cousins sometimes. They are not meant to look alike. If you can get them to look alike, kudos. But if you can't, don't be upset because they are supposed to be individuals and not twins. Okay? So we're going to just keep filling in short, small strokes. And then as I get over to this end, I'm going to go a little lighter with my strokes. I'm going to actually draw down here and make a little kind of square at the end. Can you see that? And I'm just going to lightly fill that in because I want more of a gradient effect on my brow. I'm going to go back over this line, fill it in a little more because I really need to get this color to show up. Okay, now I'm going to take the spoolie end of this brush and I'm just going to soften the edges a little bit here so it's not so sharp. And there, oops, I need to straighten this out a little. Now, if you made a mistake, you can easily fix it. All you need is a concealer brush. Let me see if I can find one. Here, I have one. Well, this isn't exactly a concealer brush, but it'll work. This is a straight brush. I use it sometimes to put concealer on. So what you do, I'm going to take my Makeup Revolution Conceal and Define concealer, and you can take it and put a little bit on your brush, and I like to dab off the excess on the back of my hand, and then you're just going to take and you're going to just put it along here. Okay, I got it a little closer, I can't see. And you're just going to sharpen up the edges. You can do that for a more defined look, or you can cover up stuff that's kind of messed up where it's out of the line and it's not the shape you want your brow. So that's real easy. So you do that, and then you're just going to kind of like pull it down so it's not so sharp, and you're going to blend the concealer a little bit. Like right here, I could probably use some to straighten this out. Okay, like that. Easy peasy. And then I did my eye look today with the Urban Decay Naked Heat palette. So what I do next is I take a highlight color, and let me see, I need a different brush. I'm going to use this color here called Ounce. Yeah, Ounce. It's got some little sparkles in it, so it's a bit of a highlighter with some shimmer. And I'm going to take that and I'm going to highlight my brow bone. So I'm going to take it along underneath the brow line, and I'm going, oops, I wasn't paying attention, and I'm going to add, oops, I'm making it pink because there's pink on it. Wrong brush. I'm just going to add some highlight. I don't know if you can really capture it in the... And I went a little too crazy with the concealer. I can see that on this brow right here. So I'm just going to grab my brow pencil again. Wherever it went. Okay, I can't see. Hold on one second. Hold, please. What did I do with it? Oh, it's in my lap. Sorry. Okay, so I'm just gonna, you see how this is kind of like almost a 90-degree angle? I'm just gonna curve it out a little bit. I think I'm gonna add a little bit more thickness to this tail. What do you guys think? Better? I think so. Okay. I'm just going to add a little more underneath here. Fill it in a little more. Good. That's it, guys. Isn't that fairly easy? I know, it looks intimidating. It did take me a while to learn how to do my eyebrows the way I like them. You don't have to do an eyebrow like this. You can just fill in your natural brows, you know, with small strokes and stuff. But I really like structured, really defined eyebrow. That's just my look that I like, but that doesn't make it a look that everybody has.